Hi, it's Colleen. Today I want to show you how to make a tucked in tote. This is really a well-written pattern and a fun little bag. Look at how cute this is. And I have already made a half a dozen of these and I really enjoy making it. The instructions are really very good. So I won't go through all of them, but I do want to talk about how to finish the bag because that's the question we're getting the most frequently. The side seams look like this when they're finished, which I really love. I think that looks fun and cute and finished. Let me put that one aside so we can show you what that looks like. So here's my bag. Sorry, it's got a little threads on here. And I've got my interfacing done. I've got my bag sewn to my bag bottom, and I'm ready to go. I also love the instructions for putting the handles on, using a little bit of fusible to hold your handles in place. Just a tip though, don't touch your iron to this nylon webbing because it will melt. It will melt for you. So use a Teflon pressing sheet or better yet, press on the fabric side of this because you don't want to melt your handles. Personal experience. So how do you make that box bottom? Super easy. I'm going to fold my bag wrong sides together. And this, like I have said this in other demos, it's always a little counterintuitive when you start with your bag or any of your thing you're making wrong sides together. So here I have my bag. I have pressed this bottom fold of my bag really well. So what do I do next? I'm going to pick up one side of my bag and bring it toward me. And I can feel that my seam of my bag here, where my main fabric meets my bag bottom, is even with the fold of the bottom fold of the bag. And just give that a press so that you know that that is where you want that to be. Now I'm going to bring that forward to the edge of the table and use the table to help me. And by magic, I have my right sides together. At this point, I'll fuss with this a little bit because I want my my bag to be, I want my bag sides to meet. So I will fuss with that a little bit. I want my seam of my bag top or my bag main fabric and the bag bottom. I want that to meet just right. And I want the folds here to be the same length. Let me turn it over on this side and do the same thing. And this is very forgiving. So again here, I put a wonder clip here to hold so my bag top edges meet just right. And then I'm going to look closely at my side seam because I want them to meet. Put a wonder clip there. And then the same thing on the bag bottom. And then I'll take this over to the machine. Because my most important reference point in terms of something matching is the top of the bag, I'm going to start my seam with the bag top because I really want that to look nice. And I'm using a generous 1/4 inch here. Press her foot down, a couple stitches forward, backwards, and here I go. And I always want to stop a few stitches in, a few inches in, and be sure my raw edges are all lined up. There are a lot of raw edges here because I've got my main fabric, I've got my lining, and the interfacing. Looks like it's lining up pretty well. I'm going to go back and forth over this because I really don't ever want that to rip out. Back and forth. Okay, now I'll turn the bag over and do the same thing. Again, starting at the bag top because it's important to me that those line up really nicely. Needle down, press your foot down, a few stitches forward and back. This side is looking nicer actually. I'll do a little back and forth here too. It's a pressure point, lots of layers. magic. Okay, now I'm not going to take the time to show you this, but at this point I would either do a zigzag here. If you've got a serger, you could serge this. What I most often do is take a piece of fabric like a 1¼ inch length and actually bind this, if you will. So right sides together, bring it around and top stitch it, because I want that seam to be really finished looking. But let's turn this right side out and see how my bag actually looks. All right, lots going on at Millie P's today. Push my corners out. And there is my cute bag. So here's what the corner looks like. You might want to take this over and give this a little press. So I'm just going to show you what that would look like if I pressed it. My side seam isn't perfect. I would probably do this again. Okay, but a little press makes all the difference in that square bottom. So that is the tucked in tote. Really fun, demystifying that bag bottom, which tends to be kind of a little bit of a puzzle sometimes. So check out the tucked in tote pattern. Lots of kits online, really fun fabrics, and a great little gift bag or a purse. Thank you.